Hello and welcome to Dawn Chorus Writes, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction and audio fiction. And this is a new one for Marichat Monday. It's a lyrical called From the Heart. Massive shout out to the artist Itorac for her stunning, beautiful art in the thumbnail. Go and give her some love over in Tumblr. All her information is in the description below. And yeah, send me some love by smashing that like button, please. Comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already, because there's just so many more goodies to come this month. And I hope you enjoy it. From the Heart, Marinette's POV. Princess? Cat stroked a piece of hair from her face and tucked it behind her ear. Yes, kitty? What are you doing? What do you mean? She continued to twizzle her finger around a piece of hair that always seemed to stick out of place right at the base of his neck, no matter if he was Cat or now Adrien. That? What you were doing now? Oh, I'm trying to tame this rebellious piece of hair. She could see the laughter in his eyes as he watched her focus, but really, she was trying to distract her thoughts away from what was really bugging her. You're trying to tame me, are you, Marinette? He did his usual wiggle of the eyebrows that he knew she found adorable. Oh, I gave up on that task a while ago now. I think you'll always be my tomcat. She diverted a gaze from the golden hair, shimmering in the light from her lamp and landing on Kitty's face. Excuse me? You know I have a home, right? Then why have you spent most of your time here when you're not? The rest of the sentence caught in her mouth, unwilling to speak them just yet. Because this is where you are, my princess in her tower. Plus, it's more private than being with Alia and Nino. And the fact that there you are, Adrien, and I don't have a romantic relationship with that side of you. And whose fault is that? When you found out, I asked you on a proper date as Adrien, and you said no. Kitty, it's more complicated than that. People close to us know that I have been in a secret relationship with you for over a year, and then suddenly I'm no longer dating Cat Noir, but Adrien Agreste, who has countless rumors about him with other models. Her voice faded away as she let out a sigh, and kept her gaze low, knowing he was staring at her. But, Princess, you know that is exactly what they are. Only rumors. And I didn't question it before so that it would shield me away from actually dating as Adrien. Because as Cat, I'm with the love of my life. The love of your life? Really? Yes. I've told you this before. What is really going on? He did an awkward shuffle underneath her in an attempt to sit up more. I don't know. There are still moments I'm trying to get my head around it all. It's been 3 weeks and we have spent most days together. Just like we always have. Nothing has changed. So I'll ask you again. What is really going on? Marinette pushed her hand underneath her kitty pillow, pulling out and revealing the newest edition of a gossip magazine with the image of Adrien looking cozy next to his stunning blonde model, with the label underneath suggesting his newest conquest. Knowing a deep pink colour was rising in her cheeks at the foolishness she suddenly felt. Cat let out a laugh until he saw the serious look on her face and a pain in her eyes. I know you've heard these words 100 other times before, and you've been hurt, and so your heart previously had chosen to close the door. Love broke your heart and brought you lies. So I can see where you're coming from with this. Kitty, there is something else. Her words faltered in her mouth, unsure how to express it. She continued to run her fingertips along the leather of his suit. Look into my eyes, princess. Please? His eyes were soft and echoed some of the pain she was feeling. You'll see a love that's deep and true, tender and strong and... He slid his hand from the dip of her back to her jawline, rejoicing in the reaction it caused. All for you. You know you can trust this, love. Honest. That's the honest truth. I know, and I do, but... She let out another sigh, and she could tell it was getting him worried. From the heart, I'm giving you everything, and from the heart, I promise you, I'll be there. He leaned his head a little closer and whispered, I'll be there to love you. Kitty, it's not that simple, and I'm trying to tell you. From my soul, I'm showing you all I feel. And I love you. You know I do. All I feel is from the heart. But the words? She muffled her face into his chest, refusing the temptation to cry. She had already done that when she first seen it. Marinette, you have me worried now. Tell me what is bothering you so much, and I promise we can face it together. I will protect you and respect you and be all you need. And when you reach for love, you'll only need to reach for me. He wrapped his arms tighter around her, enveloping her in his warmth and blended scent of vanilla and almonds, whilst he nuzzled his cheek against her now disheveled hair. He breathed into her ear. These arms will never let you down. They're staying around. I love you so much. I would never do anything that would hurt you. Tell me you don't believe a word from these gossip reporters. They don't know me. They don't know us. That was enough for her to raise her head. Of course I don't believe them. That's not what has got me. If not, then what? Do you want me to transform back to Adrien? Would that... No! She had said a little too forcefully, causing his eyes to widen. You know, before us, Kitty and his princess, there had been another, but he had broken my heart. She closed her eyes, unable to stare into those green eyes, knowing he was really staring back at her. Yeah, Luca, but that'd been a while ago now. Are you saying you still have feelings? No. I mean, yes, I liked Luca and we dated, but there was someone else before, during, and after that I had given my heart to. Well, until he told me that he loved another, but that no longer makes sense. But what does that matter now? You have me, Marinette, and I'll walk with you through every storm, and I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you warm, and you'll have no doubt you're the one I'm living for. So forget this other person. It's in the past, and we are the future. You really don't get it, do you? Which makes it worse somehow. Marinette, I'm trying, but you're not making much sense. The soft patience in his voice had given way to frustration now. She could feel his heartbeat rise under her hand on top of his chest and took a deep breath. It was you! The words poured out of her mouth and landed in a heap between them as he shuffled through the mess in his mind. What do you mean it was me? Adrien, Adrien was the one who I loved, who had broken my heart, and I had finally put my emotions for him away in a box, never to be opened again. Well, until I turned out to be Adrien. Why didn't you say something sooner? Because I'm still processing it all. I had turned my back on him and focused on you and our love together, all to find... Why didn't you tell me sooner? Or better yet, Adrien asked Marinette out on a date. She wiggled out of his hold and raised herself to a seating position, turning her face away from him to hide the ever-threatening tears. Oh, Princess, I wanted to. He reached out and ran his knuckles down her arm, his voice full of regret. But I thought you liked Cat more than Adrien, and it wasn't as if we could reveal our identities. I never thought you would find out like this. I had planned on something romantic, and then there was no need for secrets anymore. So, when you had told me you loved another, before us, who were you referring to? I still had feelings towards LB back then, but when I finally woken to what it was in front of me, I didn't dare believe you would like Adrien like that, as more than a friend. It hurt to hope after being rejected for so long, plus there was Cat in the mix. He gestured to himself warily. But the night we shared our first kiss? He crawled over to her, drawing her closer again as he lifted her chin and gently wiping away the tears. All the hopes, all the dreams, all the love I had locked away in this heart of mine were set free for the first time. Marinette. And I would yell it from the top of Notre Dame for the world to hear if you would let me. His eyes were soft and pleading, leaf green flickering with emotions in the depths. I'm sorry, she sobbed. I tried to tell you so many times that I love you, and then I would mess it up time and time again, and then you would told people I was just a good friend. It wasn't just one heartbreak, Adrien. It was hundreds. Some of it was you, and some of it was me just being me. But it hurt all the same. I had to work so hard to let Adrien go and to let Cat in. To let myself trust and feel those feelings which had been like fires in my brain for years to burn for someone else. And now that I know you are both, I just don't know where I stand anymore, and I'm afraid of being hurt again. I'm not strong enough for that. She curled in tight on herself, knees to her chest, rocking back and forth. She knew she was being childish, that her words and her inability to join the two boys she loved, had loved, in her mind had hurt him, but she didn't know what to do. Marinette, his voice barely above a whisper. I'm so sorry, Princess. I never knew I had hurt you so badly. He wrapped his arms around her tightly, rubbing his cheek against the top of her head. And you are the strongest person I know. It must be hard to trust after that, but I promise you right now, and I will make it a vow, to myself and anyone who cared to listen, that I will do my best. I'll provide the love you need. Please trust me. She sniffled and leaned into his chest, listening to his heart pounding under her ear. She made him feel loved, made his heart pound like thunder in his chest, and there she was. What was she doing anyway? Threatening to take away again because she couldn't get her head on straight? I want to trust you, Adrien. I really do. It's just that nothing feels real about this. It's like a strange lucid dream, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to wake yet. Like everything I see could change in a second and I would feel lost and alone again. He kissed her cheek softly. Then close your eyes. Why? Don't trust your eyes. Just trust my touch. She closed her eyes and heard him whisper his transformation, and then his bare hand cradled her face, the sore calluses firm against her skin as his thumb gently wiped away the last of her tears. His fingers swept into her loose hair, pulling her into a kiss that made her tremble with its intensity. Please, believe in me, Marinette, he whispered against her lips. Believe in us. Kitty, she grasped. Hey, Adrien, I want to. I can't promise I'll never make you cry again, he sighed. I wish I could with all my heart, but I promise I am giving you all I've got with all I've got inside of me, both as Adrien and as Cat. It's all of me, and I love you with all my heart. Marinette looked up at him, his face no longer hidden by the mask. Adrien was so earnest, and his eyes were full of entreaty. Tell me you mean it, she whispered, almost afraid of his reply. Of course I do, he said with a worried smile. Every word was from the heart. Right now, I'm giving you everything, Marinette. No more secrets. I promise you that I will always be there to love you, to hold you. It's a promise from the soul. I'm used to hiding away my feelings, but I promise you, I'm showing you all I feel. I love you, Marinette. I know. She cuddled against his chest, feeling that his heart had slowed to a steady pulse under her hand. I'm so sorry. Shh, it's okay, he soothed, rubbing her arm. I'm sorry too. We'll get through this. I promised. Just do me a favor. What? She snuffled. Throw this trash where it belongs, he replied, an edge of laughter in his voice as he handed her the gossip magazine. Marinette chuckled thickly and tossed it over the edge of a mezzanine. Feeling better now, my love? He murmured, rubbing her cheek with his nose. I'm getting there, she said, blushing forcefully. Anything else I can do? Just hold me. I need to know that you're real. I need to let this sink in, I guess, now that you know. He pulled her onto his lap and cradled her against his chest. You mean now that I know that you've always loved me? He asked, a pleased hum buzzing in his throat almost like a purr. Do you know how much that means to me, Marinette? Knowing it's you. Yeah, I think I do. Tell me you mean it, he whispered, his words sending warm shivers coursing through her. She locked gazes with him, one hand reaching up to tangle in his hair once more. I mean it. Every word was from the heart. Thank you for listening to this lyrical one-shot from the heart. I love this song, and yeah, it means a lot doing this one. And so I hope you smashed the like button. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like button. Comment down below what you think of it, if it's giving you all the feels, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future ones like this, or funny ones, or romantic ones, or so many stuff to come. Okay, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.